Reports indicate that a star Denver Broncos player could be on the trade block. What's up, guys? Welcome to Denver Broncos Syndicate, part of the Sports Syndicate family of channels where we're dedicated to bringing you content about our favorite sports teams. I am your host, Gage Madrid. Before we jump in, guys, if you could just do me a big favor and smash the like button on this video as well as subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. Those are two free and easy ways that you can help show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out to fellow members of Broncos country just like you and me. It's no secret that the Denver Broncos are lacking draft capital in the 2023 NFL Draft. As a result of the Russell Wilson and Sean Payton trades, the Broncos do not pick until the third round in this year's draft. If the Broncos are going to want to have some darts to play with this year, GM George Paton is likely going to have to make some trades in order to gain some more draft capital. Now, one way that they could gain some significant draft capital is by moving one of their star players. And a rumor started circulating today that that could be a possibility for the Denver Broncos. This all started when Mile High Mario tweeted out that there is a big name Denver Bronco on the trade block. The team is going to shop him around and get a sense of his value, and if the price is right, they'll pull the trigger. The team is desperate for more draft picks, and the thinking is that this player should lead to a good return. This rumor was later confirmed by prominent Broncos insider Benjamin Albright. Albright said that he would talk about this player on his show tonight at 6 o'clock. Since I don't want to wait till 6 o'clock for Albright to talk about it on his show, I'm going to go ahead and throw my tinfoil hat on and speculate who I think that player is going to be. When you peel back the layers of the onion, I feel like there's one player that makes the most sense for the Broncos to potentially dangle on the trade block, and that is Justin Simmons. I know that a lot of members of Broncos country are not going to like hearing this, but before you get out your pitchforks and your torches, please hear me out. Justin Simmons is one of the best safeties in the NFL. There is no denying that. But at the same time, safety is one of the more replaceable positions in the NFL. The Broncos may not be able to go out and find another Justin Simmons, but it wouldn't be too difficult for them to find a quality starting safety at a relatively cheap price. Justin Simmons is getting ready to enter his age 30 season, and he's set to earn $14.4 million in base salary this upcoming season. The Broncos could most likely fetch some premium draft capital on a potential Justin Simmons trade, maybe even another first-round draft pick. That's how valuable he could be. This team sorely needs some draft picks, and I'm not saying that it would be the best idea to trade away one of your defensive leaders and one of the guys who's super respected in the locker room and in the community, but if the team really feels like they want to get some more draft picks, that could be a way they could approach it. That said, though, that would leave the Broncos in a bit of a bind because they would then have to go out and replace two starting safeties. Perhaps there's a chance they believe that Caden Stearns could step into one of those roles, but either way, they would need to do some more work at that position because Kareem Jackson is not expected to return to Denver this offseason. He's set to hit free agency, and I honestly would not be surprised if he retired. So if the Broncos were to trade away Justin Simmons, it would be a bit of a difficult task to find one, potentially two new starting safeties, but as I said earlier, that is one position that is somewhat replaceable in the NFL. Some other names to keep an eye on that potentially aren't named Justin Simmons who could be on the trade block include Courtland Sutton and maybe even Jerry Jeudy. Courtland Sutton you could more easily justify because he did not have his best season last year, but that would also mean he would not likely net any premium draft capital on the trade market. As for Jerry Jeudy, he did have one of his better seasons of his career last year, and the Broncos are getting ready to have to make a decision on if they want to pick up his fifth-year option. Personally, I don't feel like the Broncos should trade away Courtland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy, but those are some other names to potentially keep an eye on if it's not Justin Simmons. But at the end of the day, when you put two and two together, I feel like Justin Simmons makes the most sense as a Broncos star player who could net some significant draft capital in a potential trade. Again, I'm not saying I'm endorsing this by any means, but I can also see why the Broncos would potentially do it. I'm curious, Broncos country. I know this is probably going to cause quite a bit of a divide, but how would you guys feel about the team potentially trading Justin Simmons for a plethora of draft picks? Drop those comments down below. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And while you're at it, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Gage Madrid NFL for continuing NFL coverage. And for now, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.